I like about Edenmore that it is a kind of, it has a nice geographic footprint. It is a neighborhood as such. It has a center, and I think there's a good community spirit in the area.
Well, now everyone around here years now.
Yeah, I like the area. It's a great area to live in.
We've been hanging around here since I was a kid.
The people, I find them exceptionally friendly.
The people of Edenmore, they've been here a long time, 46 years, a lot of them. Everyone knows everyone.
Yeah, well, we're in Edenmore, and Edenmore is pretty well halfway between Raheny and Coolock. The parish, as it were, is bounded by the Springdale Road, by Tonleague Road and Raheny Road. This area is just a commuter area. There's no particular factories.
Like an awful lot of people in Edenmore, I came from the inner city, Dublin inner city, in the early 1960s. We chose this area because, well, we knew a little about it, but we also liked the idea that it was so near the sea. It had so much green space around it.
Well, I think as a place it's very distinctive. People have a very strong sense of where Edenmore is, and those that live here have a very strong attachment to it. Well, the CDP is essentially the community development project, and it's not unique. I mean, there are quite a lot of community development projects across Ireland.
As Edenmore CDP, with that name, it has been around for about 4 or 5 years, is composed of those who have a concern for the area and would like to see, would know that there are certainly things could be improved.
Most of the management committee members are residents in the Edenmore area, and I think that brings a very high level of energy to the table, and people know the area very well, and I think that is reflected in our work as well, that people are committed to the project, and we welcome contributions from the neighborhood and from the community.
The things we would like to see and the things we want to concentrate on in the future, as I say, first of all, is to build up the image of the area and the perception people have about it and will have about it. The other thing, there are a lot of things lacking, not just in this community, but all throughout Dublin, but facilities for the elderly people, facilities for young children. I feel that the area has great potential.
I think we see ourselves as a kind of connector to connect local organizations, to stimulate cooperation between organizations that work in Edenmore.
But the principles, I suppose, are very much around community development principles, in that it's looking at social justice, allowing or enabling people to be part of changing their own environment and their own conditions. It's about giving people a sense of empowerment, and in many respects it's a very generic approach to making positive changes within the community. I think Edenmore has very specific challenges, not least is the drug problem. It's a very, very tough challenge to meet. And I think other challenges, we I think over time have seen the kind of fragmentation of communities. People are not as involved in community activities. There's certainly a lack of facilities in the area. We have carried out an extensive community safety survey of the shopping centre area, which you can see over my shoulder. That presents many challenges because it's the centre of the community in terms of where people do their shopping. It's also the centre of the community in terms of where particularly young people hang out.
I think it's very rewarding if you live in an area and you actually are part of finding new ways to address problems that people think are the responsibility of the state, and they lean back and wait for the state to address certain issues, but that mightn't happen. So I think community development projects can facilitate this process of mobilizing local people and to encourage them to act upon their concerns.
My name's Amanda Mitchell and I teach ECERT computer courses in the computer room in the youth centre. Some people have computers at home but don't know a lot of what to do with them, and they just stick to probably doing one part of the computer and they don't know about the internet or the emails. So we go through everything from the basics right up to internet and emails. We've ran 3 sets of courses so far. We're currently on our 3rd set. We've passed 36 students already on the ECERT course and we've another 12 currently. People from the area, from the Edenmore area and general surrounding areas, and they start from like young people to, we have a lot of elderly people who just don't want to be left behind with all the grandchildren doing the computers, and they feel they're left behind, so they come and they teach them as well. But a lot of them says if we ran an advanced one, the next one, they definitely sign up and do it again, so it's been a great success.
One of the nice things that came out of that was that there are the kind of unintended sort of consequences in that people were talking about having digital cameras but not knowing how to use them. And so people were saying, is it possible to get a digital camera course going? And we just responded to that by putting a digital camera course on. So the postcards from Edenmore was about saying, look, if you're going to send a postcard from Edenmore, what kinds of images could you put on that postcard? And it was about kind of showing things in a positive light. And then when we took people around and they walked about the place, they noticed that actually there are lots of visually positive things about the place. And then we've other more, kind of what we call jollies. We've taken groups of senior citizens from the area. We had a cross-border trip to Newry and Belfast. We had the Halloween festival recently. There was a great summer fun day organised with the business association. They took a lead on that and we supported it.
I have to say it was exceptionally successful. Really, I think everybody enjoyed it. And we're hoping to continue with that run of success.
I think that ultimately people make a place, and it's obvious that Edenmore has a great sense of community in many regards, and one of the best things about working here, and I suppose for a lot of people one of the best things about living here, is that people know each other, and people have families around them, and that's really what it's about. It's about having a space to live in that's friendly, that allows you to build relationships that these days is quite difficult to find, and Edenmore in many respects has it in abundance, but it's ensuring that it doesn't lose that.